I'm back inside. Hello.
This place is nice.
I'm talking to everyone. Whoever watches this. Say something then, since you want to have something to say.
Are you on live?
No, fool. Like, I don't get on live.
You said you're talking to everyone.
Yes, I'm talking to everyone who watches this whenever they watch it.
Chill.
The kitchen.
They have little
This
shot
sink
glasses.
is so cute.
Snow water.
They have
Oh, that is
coffee.
cute.
This is adorbs. Look at this, guys.
I do. I love this little.
This
little
is so
countertop.
cute.
Sorry.
It's okay, you're fine, fine.
Huh?
There's two of them.
Oh, they do.
Is that a washing machine?
Double
No, it's a
oven.
Why did you think this was a washing machine?
What's the washing machine?
Cute art.
A dishwasher?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
We're in Sedona. Oh, and this is what I'm looking forward to the most. Yeah, too excited. The door outside. Oh, living room.
This is nice.
Oh my goodness, even the cute little birds on the window.
Yes.
Oh, I can't zoom in.
Yes, that's nice.
Oh my god.
That couch
Gorgeous.
is nice.
What's over here? Okay. Master bedroom. Check it out. Check it out. Okay, so I'm literally standing on a ledge trying to capture a nice view. Hopefully I do not fall forward into these rocks or backward onto the rosemary bushes. But at least if I fall backwards, it'll smell good and it won't hurt as bad as the rocks, but whatever. Look at the beautifulness. This is how we do it.
So you don't burn all your PTO?
It's just one day. I have unlimited PTO. It'll be one day.
Oh, stop bragging about your unlimited PTO. Uh-oh, I'm afraid.
Thursday, Friday.
She's dancing.
Monday,
Ah, help me.
Friday will be my day off.
Back that ass up, girl. What you playing with? Back that ass up. You're working with some action. You're bad, yeah. Girl, you're working with some action. You're bad, yeah.
battery's low. But anyway, I just finished showering, and I wanted to come on quickly so I can vlog a little bit about our day today. So as you may be able to tell, we are in Sedona, Arizona. We decided that we needed to take a little trip to get away. We work hard, and you know, we typically like to travel and vacation. So I have been wanting to go to Sedona, Arizona for like some years now. Ever since I started my spiritual journey in 2015, it has been kind of on my bucket list to come here, and for very good reasons, mainly because Sedona is thought of as this very spiritual place. I believe that it's mainly because of the connection to nature that Sedona has. Arizona is really a beautiful state anyway, but specifically here, it's just a different energy. And I think that's kind of like what drew me to it, is like, I definitely want to experience what that energy is like. So Sedona is kind of known for vortexes or vortices. They're basically just, you know, areas where there's increased energy. So, you know, everything is energy. That's pretty much the life we live as humans. We're just vibrating and experiencing life, just in just so many different ways. But anyway, I'm not gonna go off on a tangent. Anyway, so they're known for their vortices, and they have 4 notable ones. Bell Rock, Boynton Canyon, Cathedral Rock, and Airport Mesa. So yeah, those are the 4 that are well known. And there's 2 more that might be possible vortices, but they're not the ones that are named. So either way, this whole place is really just like an energy center. And if you go to those places specifically that I named, they're supposed to bring an increased sense of energy. And basically, like, you're probably wondering, like, what the hell are you gonna do at these places, like, if you go, which I am going. So I plan to spend some time meditating, just sitting quietly and taking in the natural elements, just seeing how it feels in that space, and really just practicing some mindfulness so that I could possibly go into more of a meditative state and really take advantage of the energy there. So it's going to be a very much personal experience. I'm going to try my best to intake the entire experience as purely as possible. So I think we're going to head out tomorrow morning sometime and check out 1 or 2 of the vortices and see how that experience is. I'll try to get some footage of me doing my thing. I'll get my wife or someone else to do it, take the footage so you guys can kind of see. But I guess, like, I could tell you what I expect from it. Sorry, I'm like awkwardly straddling the tub right now because this is kind of like the place that I have to sit. I can go somewhere else, but this is just where I'm at right now. So I expect to get out of this experience what I believe in. And that's kind of like been my mantra for the past few weeks, is that whatever you believe is true. So whatever I believe I'm going to get out of this experience is really what's true about it. So what I believe to be true is that I'm going to find an increased sense of peace. I'm going to tap into nature more than I already am. I'm going to feel some sort of energetic force that is different from the energy that I am in daily, like at home. Not to say that that energy is not peaceful, but it's just different because sorry, y'all, like, I'm trying to get myself kind of comfortable. I'm really about to do something weird. I was going to go outside, but it's kind of cold. And everybody's in the front, so I really don't want to go in there because it's noisy. Anyway, what I was saying is that the energy that I'll experience here is going to be different from the energy that I'm experiencing when I go back home. Because although home is a peaceful space for me, it's peaceful in that context. You know, in Mississippi, in the area that I live, in more of a rural area, kind of tucked off, it is quiet and it is peaceful and calm. So I'm not saying that that's not what I'm going to experience here. It's going to be different because the type of peace, the context of peace here is a bit different because the terrain is different. The geology, like the wildlife, like just everything is different. So it's a different type of peace. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I got a glimpse of how this could possibly be today when we went to the Grand Canyon. So we did get a chance to visit the Grand Canyon, and it was an amazing experience. It's one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, and it is like awe-inspiring. Like seriously, gratitude all day long, like just from being able to be a speck in the middle of this giant thing. And we also got to go hiking into Antelope Canyon, which literally is like you're under the ground. It's like it's a canyon. So like you're under the ground and there's a sliver of like light at the top. So when you look at it from the perspective of below and then above, it's mind blowing. But anyway, going back to why I felt like the peace is different here versus home. So here, when we went to the Grand Canyon today, there was a spot. So we stopped at a couple of different spots so we can get some different views. And one of the spots that we stopped at in particular, the silence was like nothing I've ever experienced. And there were people around, but it was like when you didn't hear anything, no people talking or noises or anything, there was no noise. Absolute silence. Like in its most absolute form that it can be on this earth. Like, I don't think I've heard silence like that before. It was really wonderful. And I was like, guys, listen. And it was just like a beautiful silence. Like it wasn't like that eerie or anxious silence that sometimes you feel when things are quiet. This was like a peaceful silence. And I was like, I could sit in this all day. Like I could take a vow of silence with this. So I'm hoping that I will get one of those moments tomorrow when we visit one of the vortices. So I'll try to explain and capture that experience as much as possible so I can share it with you guys. I'm really excited. I really have been, I'm happy anyway, but I have been really happy here. Like I'm happier. I just feel like refreshed and just like joyful. So I'm going to share as much as I can with you, and I'll see you guys later. I can do this.
You can do it!
Wow.
I need to stop getting 1 gallon of gas. I'm gonna get gas in Conway. It's too expensive out here.
back to the Airbnb. So, vortex experience, post vortex. So, we went to Airport Mesa, and that's one of the 4 sites that you can go and experience the energy of the vortex in Sedona, Arizona. So we went this morning. It was about 2.5 miles away from our Airbnb, so it wasn't far. We parked, and we coincidentally ran into a guy that was coming down who basically said, "Hey, go left. This is where you get the best views." Okay, we are at Airport Mesa, one of the vortices in Sedona, Arizona. We are walking to just experience some sort of elevated energy. There? Okay, thank you. Okay, we are going to the left.
Is it your short legs or
Did he say, oh, this way?
No, we can go that one, but I want to see this.
Okay, let's check it out. There's a bit thin, but we're making it. So if you hear me huffing and puffing, it's for that reason. We didn't go far and I'm still winded, but this is amazing. Stand up.
Almost, she said, "Oh my!" And I'm thinking, like, she's amazed at the view. She's talking about, "Is this what COVID feels like?"
So we immediately kind of went that way and did a small hike up to the top of the rock, and it was beautiful. Like, you could see the entire city of Sedona, and it's just amazing. So I have some footage of that. I'm going to show you guys that.
This would be a good place to come for like Christmas.
I want to attract more people during the holiday season.
I don't know if that's a house over there that I see.
But I guess as far as my experience, so the hike up there, even though it's not even that far up, we're already in the elevated. We're already elevated as it is, but we weren't even very far up. But when we hiked up to the top, we were a little bit winded, and that's just because of the thinner air and the elevation. But it wasn't too bad. So once I got up there, caught my breath, we kind of went towards the edge so we could get a good view and kind of just see down and around us.
And there's a road where pink jeeps go up to get to their mountain.
Like I said, the view was beautiful and really breathtaking. So we kind of just absorbed that. They had a couple of other people up there around us that were kind of a couple of people were meditating. A few people were just like walking around taking pictures and videos. They had someone with a drone that came later. I had some children up there, so it was like a mix of people. So we took a couple of pictures. We just sat in silence. I sat with a friend and we kind of just admired the scenery. And then she went to look around somewhere else and I just stayed. So I did like about 10 to 15 minutes of meditation. And it was nice. Like, it was easy. It was an easy place to meditate. And I'll tell you that, like, in my day-to-day life, it isn't always easy to just sit and meditate and really get into that very relaxed state. Even though I feel like there is peace around me in my home environment, it's different. Like I was saying in my pre-video, I was saying it's just a different type of peace. So I didn't feel quite the same. It seems like it's harder for me to initiate meditation in those environments for whatever reason. But it was easy. It was like I closed my eyes, I sat in an easy seated pose, like crisscross, and I just drifted off, and I just easily came up with things that I could say, whether it was to express gratitude or prayer about, things that I, want to bring into my life and manifest, or whether it was, you know, just things I was just grateful for. It was just such a beautiful experience. I was grateful to even be in that space, to be able to witness that with my own two eyes and to feel that energy. So I guess that's the big question, is like, did I feel any increased energy or this like extraordinary energy source? The answer is yes. I'm not gonna say like, oh man, like this magical thing happened. No. I'm fine. Sorry, that was my wife. She was asking me, did I want some food? So back to what I was feeling. How did I feel after having visited the vortex? What did I feel when I was there? To answer that question, I did feel an increased sense of energy, which is pretty much what I was expecting. Like I said before, whatever I believe is true. So I believed that that's what I was going to feel, and that's what I felt. And it wasn't made up in my mind. It was really just peaceful. It was very calm, very like easeful, like no effort. Like I just went there, sat, closed my eyes, and it was just like instant meditation. So that was nice. And I wish that I could have that experience a lot more than normal. So it just felt peaceful. It felt good. Even with all the people around me, it was really easy for me to do that. And usually when I'm around other people, it's hard for me to meditate because I'm getting distracted by noises and energy of other people around me. But I didn't really have that problem, so that was nice. So it felt good. It felt peaceful. And it could have just been, it could have been, yes, that there is an increased sense of energy simply because it's a space for that. And I think here's my philosophy or my rationale as to why I believe that there's an increased sense of energy in these spaces. I think that it's due to the state of the nature around in that area. Like in Sedona, it's a very beautiful place. And you'll see that if you come to visit, in a lot of the spots, they have signs. Like if you go to any historical or state park type area, they will have the little placards that tell you like what happened here or like more about the place. So a lot of the placards were saying things like, this is an area that is protected by the government or, certain departments. So they're not going to allow people to tamper with nature. Like they're not going to come and build a bunch of stuff, or they're not going to allow people to go in there and mindlessly just ravage the area, which every natural place, the whole earth should really be that way, but it's not. And I know that there's other places in the country or the world that they have these certain restrictions and regulations and protections. And it's just nice to be in a space like that. And I think that is the reason why the energy is amplified in those spaces, because nature's protected. This is our primary source. This is where we originate from. We are nature. So I think in the spaces where it's preserved in its most original state, you're going to feel a different sense of connectivity and energy. That's just, to me, a given. So I think that is why the energy felt the way that it did, because it was untainted to a degree. Of course, there's people there and there's civilization, there's buildings and stuff. But getting the aerial view of the city to some degree, like you can get a higher up view and see everything from that spot, we were just saying how, you know how like in cities, sometimes you'll go to a city and you're like, they built everything they could possibly, they took every space they could to build something. Like when we lived in Texas, it was like that. You go every city, every community area, there's a store, shopping centers, houses, apartments, like everywhere you can have anything. There's a piece of land, there's a building, there's a business. Like, not many trees, not a lot of grassland, not a lot of nature. You just have to go to certain spots for that. This whole city is natural. Like, it looks like somebody said, this is a beautiful place. Like, I would love to live here, but I just need a little bit of civilization so that I can survive, you know, and have some modern amenities. So they built houses, of course. And they have some apartments too. They have businesses, but it's very like conservative, if I can come up with the right word for it. It's conservative. It's mindful, like not overdoing it, just enough so that we can coexist with nature, pretty much. Which is like, that's how I want to live. Like, who wouldn't want to live like that? So I love the mindfulness and I love the conservativeness and to some degree minimalism, in a sense, that they have here. So it's a magical place for those reasons in my eyes, or from my perspective. And I have really thoroughly enjoyed being here, and I don't want to leave. And I would like move here in a heartbeat. If somebody said, do you want to move to Sedona? I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm coming. So I can already see that this is going to be a place that I will frequently visit as much as I can. I've already told my wife, like, I'm ready to come back, and she's looking at me crazy. But either way, I enjoyed it. I feel good overall. Like I said, this whole place is very peaceful. And I feel like this is the way that people should live. But that's my experience. Hopefully you can visit and see for yourself. I will definitely be back, and hopefully every experience is better. But yeah, I'm gonna go inside and check out what everybody is doing, and see you guys next time. Peace.